be advised that this recorded webinar has been edited from its original format, which may have included a product demo. To set up a live demo or to request more information, please complete the form to the right. Or if you are currently not on CSC Global, there is a link to the website in the description of this video. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, UCC Article 9 Filing Basics. My name is Caitlin Aliberta, and I will be your moderator. Joining us today is Julie Bellman and Julia Cleaver. Julie is a Chicago-based Product Management Director of Corporate and Legal Transactions with CSC. She acts as a liaison between clients and CSC's service, technology, and product teams to ensure CSC is not only meeting, but exceeding client needs. She advises clients as to CSC's transactional and UCC services and assists in product implementation and onboarding. Julie is a graduate of University of Illinois and DePaul University College of Law. Julia is a sales engineer at CSC. She joined CSC in 2006 and has an extensive background in UCC filing and searching, customer service, and training. As a sales engineer, Julia works hand in hand with our technology, sales, and service teams to ensure CSC clients receive world-class service and leading-edge technology. Julia will walk through a demonstration towards the end of today's presentation of CSC's Lien Perfect. And with that, I'd like to welcome Julie and Julia.
Thank you, Caitlin, for the introduction, and welcome everyone to today's webinar. Before we get started, I wanted to talk a little bit more about CSC and what we offer. For more than 120 years, CSC has been the partner of choice for companies around the globe, trusted to handle everything from incorporating a company through maintaining compliance to corporate transactional work, protecting digital assets from the threats of the online world, and everything in between. We offer the solutions and technology that keep businesses running in the background, allowing clients to focus on the important work of growing their business. We are the trusted partner for more than 90% of the Fortune 500 and over 10,000 law firms. CSC has offices and capabilities in more than 140 jurisdictions across Europe, the Americas, Asia Pacific, and the Middle East. We're a global company capable of doing business wherever our clients are, and we accomplish that by employing local experts in every business we serve. We are the business behind business. As you can see from the solutions listed here, we are the partner of choice for global companies needing expertise in business administration and compliance, fund solutions, transactions and lending, which we'll talk about today, capital markets and domain security, and brand protection. Whatever your firm needs to stay in compliance, transact business, and become secure against threats of the online world, we can help. Our agenda today covers the following topics. We will be talking about essential uniform commercial code filing concepts, and we're also going to talk about filing basics and best practices. We'll give you some additional resources, and we'll also include a demo of our UCC platform, and then we'll save some time at the end for Q&A. Before we dive into the details of a UCC filing, let's first discuss the overarching concept of a UCC. There are two essential concepts behind UCC filings: perfection and priority. Perfecting alone is most commonly handled by filing a UCC financing statement. Perfection is important because it makes security interest enforceable against the claims of third parties. When a claim or claims are made, priority then comes into play, which is the order in which competing claims are satisfied. Generally speaking, priority rank is determined by the earlier time of filing or perfection. With that being said, a UCC is a notice filing system that merely indicates that a security interest may exist. And it's worth noting that UCC records themselves are not enforceable documents. UCC records provide minimal information, such as the debtor and secured party, but do not provide all of the details of the transaction. It's important then for interested parties to take on the duty of further inquiry and not rely solely on the contents of a filed UCC record to make their claim. UCC filings are filed at their respective filing office. So please keep in mind that the role of the filing office is ministerial. Their duties include indexing records for retrieval by debtor name or file number, rejecting filings if they don't meet certain requirements, and reporting only on records that exactly match the search criteria after applying the standard logic, if any. Therefore, a filing office has no duty or power with respect to perfection, priority, or effectiveness of a file. Now let's shift gears and discuss the basics of filing UCC filings and best practices to follow. Generally speaking, financing statements are effective for 5 years from the time of filing. There are certain exceptions for Wyoming, public finance, and manufactured home transactions, and transmitting utilities. The effectiveness of a filing may be extended for an additional 5 years by the filing of a continuation statement. Additional continuation statements may be filed every 5 years thereafter. It's important to note that continuation statements must be filed within 6 months before the last date. Where the financing statement is filed is important as well. Generally speaking, the law of the state where the debtor is located governs perfection and priority. Where a financing statement should be filed depends on the type of debtor and their formation. And you can see the several examples on this slide. There may be instances where the debtor's location lacks a filing system. Generally speaking, a financing statement should be filed in the jurisdiction or jurisdictions only if it has a filing, recording, or registration requirement to obtain priority over the rights of the lien creditor. If the debtor's location lacks a filing system, then it's possible to file the financing statement in the District of Columbia. Some examples where this may come into play is when a debtor is located in a foreign country or within some tribal jurisdictions. When filing within a state, the general rule is to file at the Central Filing Office, Secretary of State, or equivalent. Of course, there are exceptions to this when filing in Georgia or Louisiana. If real estate-related collateral is involved, such as fixtures, timber to be cut, or minerals to be extracted, the filing location could be filed where the goods are located, and it also governs the perfection of the fixture filing, or filed in the office where a mortgage would be recorded on the affected real property. In a financing statement, the name and address of the debtor and secured party are provided by the filer as well as an indication of the collateral. The purpose of the debtor name field allows for the retrieval of the record using clear and consistent rules. The debtor name that's provided on a financing statement is solely for the purpose of the financing statement, so it doesn't necessarily have to be the actual name of the debtor. The filer has the responsibility of providing the correct name for the debtor, and it's critical that the exact name of the debtor is provided in the correct name field. In this slide, we can see where the filer may have inadvertently caused an issue with their filing by incorporating all of the debtor names into a field meant for one debtor name, or by putting C Exhibit A in the debtor field, or by putting an individual name into the field meant for an organization name. For registered organizations, such as corporations, LLCs, trusts, etc., the filer should provide the name exactly as it appears in the public organic record. For individuals, the filer should provide the name indicated on the debtor's driver's license or state ID if allowed. If the collateral is administered by personal representative, then the filer should use the individual name of decedent and check the corresponding box to indicate the status of the collateral. If the collateral is held in trust, the filer should provide the name of the trust, if it has a name, or the name of the settlor or testator, and indicate the collateral is held in a trust. There are other examples of which a debtor name where it needs to be used. As mentioned before, the debtor name is critical. Even minor deviations can make the financing statement seriously misleading. The filing office cannot make that determination, so the responsibility falls on the filer. There are some instances where certain deviations are permissible, but the general rule of thumb is to ensure that the debtor name is exact. Now, there are certain examples where certain states will normalize the name of the debtor upon recording. In this slide, you can see an example where the filer had entered in the correct name, but the state had normalized the name upon recording the filing. Now that we've discussed all the nuances of your financing statement, let's talk about some helpful tools that will allow you to file accurately all of your UCCs. Our UCC filing platform is called CSC Lien Perfect, and it allows you to navigate through the complexity of the UCC filing rules accurately every time. CSC Lien Perfect allows you to file with greater accuracy, allows you to also save time when filing. It will also help to simplify your filing workflow, all while doing this on a secure platform. So how does Lien Perfect help you file with greater accuracy? We have a few different features that are built into the application that will help you do so, including real-time validation. Draft filings are constantly evaluated based on jurisdictional rules, including required forms, character limits, and jurisdiction-specific data capture requirements. And the real-time validation allows you to see where you're missing required pieces of information or you're violating certain rules as provided by the jurisdiction that you're filing in. Additionally, we also offer a party and collateral description library. What this does is it allows you to store frequently used secured parties and collateral statements, so that way you can reuse them for any new filings, eliminating any data entry errors. And lastly, we have the ability to auto-populate continuation and termination filings. So if your original filing or financing statement is within the platform, you can then designate a continuation filing or termination filing, and we will automatically transfer the data that was on the UCC1 into the continuation or termination filing so that you don't have to rekey or copy and paste the data over. It will automatically transfer into the draft continuation and termination filing. So how does CSC Lien Perfect allow you to save time when filing? Within the application, you can create single or multiple copies of a filing. When matters contain multiple UCCs that are similar, you can seamlessly duplicate and update only the information that is different between these filings. In addition to that, you also have the ability to export single or in bulk all of your filings into a PDF. With a click of a mouse, you can export your filing so that you can circulate it for review, print it out, or do whatever it is that you need to do with it. And lastly, we have a global edit capability, which allows you to apply revisions to multiple filings at one time. Next, how does CSC Lien Perfect help you to simplify your workflow? We allow you to organize your matters into projects and folders, and what this does is it allows you to be able to clearly delineate the work by client, practice area, partner, or any other means that you like to use. Additionally, we also offer a dynamic preview. So when you're preparing your filing, you'll be able to see the UCC forms and exhibits in real time as you're preparing them. And lastly, you can get a forecast of filing fees. We provide an estimate of known filing fees and present that to you prior to recording so that you can anticipate what the cost will be. CSC Lien Perfect allows you to do all of the capabilities I just mentioned, all on a secure platform. The world's largest banks trust CSC, and in fact, more than 3,000 financial institutions trust CSC because of our security measures. And what do we do in that case, or what do we provide from a security standpoint? All of our CSC applications and data are maintained on CSC servers in a US-based ISO 27001 certified and also SOC audited hosting environment. Additionally, we have SOC 2 Type 2 assessments that are conducted annually by third-party auditing firms to ensure that we follow these stringent security measures. And lastly, we employ stringent data access processes and controls to ensure that we provide you with the business continuity and disaster recovery to ensure that there is no interruption to your daily workflow.